For the first time since 2013, the WSK Euro Series races back into life here at one of the fastest circuits in the world. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining our coverage. This is round one of 4. The WSK Euro Series is back, and you are watching us live on WSK.it, the first of 4 rounds for 2019. 205 drivers from 47 nations all around the world here at the foot of the volcano that is Vesuvius. For this, the first of 4 rounds, the mini karts are on the circuit. That is the first of our finals, which we will broadcast to you live in just a few moments' time. 71 drivers from around the world in the mini category. It's just a week after Rashid Al-Dahedi took out the WSK Supermaster Series right at this very circuit. Another spectacular weekend of racing for the mini category. The karts are on the grid. The final 34, we're going to take a look at the highlights of what has happened so far this weekend here outside Napoli in southern Italy in the 60cc mini category. .71 drivers in the mini category, and just a week after the WSK Supermaster Series came to a conclusion, it was the driver from Jamaica who finished 3rd 1 week ago in the series, Alex Powell, who took pole on Friday afternoon. The Belgian Douwe de Decker, one of the front runners, in form this weekend, and the top Emirati 502 Kiano Alazzari, putting his countryman Rashid Al-Dahedi ever so slightly in the shade. The American James Agozzi looking for a big win here this afternoon. Joel Bergstrom, the Swede, also in contention. He will start well inside the top 10 on the grid, which we will take a look at in just a moment. The karts are out on the grid. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon, 21 degrees, springtime here in Europe. Round 1 of 4, the WSK Euro Series for 2019. From here we go to Angeville, south of the French capital, the Parisian circuit. For the second round of the series, that's in 1 month's time, the end of April. Back to the center of the karting universe, South Garda Karting, June 23 for round 3, and then racing under lights. Adria Karting Raceway round 4, the WSK Euro Series. You're looking at the pole sitter from Belgium, Douwe de Decker. For Team Driver Racing, team manager Davide De Lucchi with his young Belgian charge on pole position, alongside the driver from Woburn Sands, just outside Milton Keynes in England. Also for Team Driver, that's William McIntyre in the 564 Kart Republic. Second row of the grid, Alexander Tabenkin racing for the 5-time world champion Danilo Rossi. Super impressive. Has the young Russian bean starts out of grid number 3 in the DR Kart. Alongside, third in the series from the Caribbean, 507, the Jamaican sensation Alex Powell, receiving last-minute instructions from the Energy Kart team manager Simone Sorio, starts out of grid number 4. He won the third round of the Supermaster Series at La Conca. Andrea Filofero. On the third row of the grid, he won the Champions Cup back on January 27 at a freezing cold Adria to start the new season. For Newman Motorsport, the Tony Kart out of 5 alongside Ian Baby Eichmans. The Belgian for the Baby Race Driver Academy, second in the Supermaster Series. Last weekend did not have a good run in qualifying, but has found something in the heats, came racing up into the top 3, even did lead the pre-final. He starts on the third row. On the fourth row of the grid, the Russian son of a Top Gun, Maximilian Popov, 5-1-3. As the girls leave the circuit here this afternoon, just a few moments away from the start. We will go through the entire grid for you in just a moment. Popov from the Russian Formula One Grand Prix hosting city of Sochi, down on the Black Sea, the city that also hosted the 2014 Winter Olympics. Popov, the second Russian inside the top 8 on the grid. He's alongside Joel Bergstrom, the Swede, for Italia Racing. Team driver Joel Bergstrom, the Swede, grid number 8. As the 1 minute board goes up, there are 34 60cc mini drivers. And the team driver outfit lock out the front row of the grid. The 60cc engines fire into life and we're ready to race. This is round 1 for 2019. Looks as though Keanu Alazzari was slow to get away. He does get the engine fired into life. A problem for one of the Tony Karts further back in the field. The kart has stalled. As we take a look at the grid, we'll get back to that in a moment. It's De Decker, Wilmack, the front row. Tibecan, Powell, Filofero, Eichmans, Maximilian Popov, Joel Bergstrom, Julius Tadane, Dinesen, and Keanu Alazzari out of grid number 10. Olivieri, the Australian, Peter Butzinellis, impressive this weekend. Manuel Scognamiglio, Lotus Clerici, Yaroslav Trukin from Vladivostok, and from Florida in the USA, James Agotzi. Skulinov, Ida, from Bangkok, Thailand, Enzo Tarvanishkul, and the Slovak, Lucas Malek. Guillaume Butza, Zachary David from the Philippines, a week after racing the IAMI Asia Series over at the Clark Speedway. Bondarev and Rashid Al-Bahedi back on grid 24, the newly crowned Supermaster Series champion. With some work to do this afternoon, the two French drivers, Jimmy Helios and Louis Iglesias, on the final row of the grid. Enzo Tarvanishkul was the driver who had trouble getting away, but he does rejoin the field. Ready for the start. The WSK Euro Series about to race into life. Ian Silvestrin, your commentator for this. Thank you for joining our live coverage. The Belgian De Decker on pole, Wilmack on grid 2. Another lap. Oh, the tension rises here at Sarno. Enzo Tarvanishkul still with problems. The Team Gamoto driver actually has pulled into pit lane. The Sicilian Gamoto team have worked furiously on his kart, and now he rejoins once again at the back of the field. From Bangkok, Thailand, was to have started out of grid number 19. Just struggling to join the back of the field once again is young Enzo. So Douwe De Decker, the top Belgian, here this weekend thus far. But that may all change in the remaining 8 laps. Wilmack, fastest qualifier during the Supermaster Series, looking for the big win. So far is the young English driver. We say hello to everyone joining our live coverage, particularly those of you racing the first round of the British Kart Championships at the PFI circuit, north of London in England, where we understand it's also incredibly, ironically, a beautiful sunny day over in the UK as well. A glorious afternoon here in southern Italy, 21 degrees Celsius. It's the northern or the European spring here in the northern hemisphere. And it's the Belgian Douwe de Decker on pole position. We try again. The start of the final. The WSK Euro Series is go as Wilmack shoots to the inside of the circuit. Powell tries the high line. They're three wide going down through turn number one as they race down the back straight for the first time. Douwe de Decker under severe pressure. Andrea Filafero, a super start for the Italian. One cut out in the grass, the long extension of the circuit here at Napoli acts as a runoff area, 34 starters and 34 still in the race. Filafero in the Tony Kart immediately up into second place. Douwe de Decker leads the way. He's already got 3 kart lengths over the second placed Italian in the Tony Kart. They go down the back straight for the first time. The 60cc mini final. Second Tony Kart has also made a really good start as well. We'll check the official order for you in a moment. Filafero in second place. Looking to go through to the lead. We're also watching Manuel Scognamiglio. Also for Team Gamoto, across the line they come. Douwe de Decker, the 3 kart length lead he has disappeared. James Agozzi, the American, he's made a good start, so it is Douwe de Decker from Filafero. Back to Wilmack. Tibek and Popov, the Russians, Powell. In that battle for the lead, Olivieri, then it's James Agozzi, Dinesen, Eichmans, Joel Bergstrom, Skulinov, Lucas Malek. The Slovakian, a super start from 20th to be into 13th on the opening laps. McIntyre and de Decker trade positions. You can see the Italian now is the race leader for Newman Motorsport. Down the back straight goes the Tony Kart. Can he keep the lead? 582 Andrea Filafero, who won the season opening Champions Cup in freezing conditions at Adria Karting Raceway the end of January to start the new season. Move down the inside. Nicely done by Douwe de Decker. The Belgian retakes the lead. Filafero back to second place. McIntyre sits in third. Douwe de Decker waves his finger, says, let's get on with the boys. Let's pull away and race on the very last lap if we can. It is now a 5-kart fight for the lead. And as Alexander Tabankin tries the high line, he'll make that 6. Pow! Down the inside, and the Jamaican moves up a spot. It looks as though one of the team driver karts has come to a stop. I hate to say it, but I think it's the young Englishman, William McIntyre. Or is it de Decker? I'm sorry, de Decker. McIntyre still in the game. We have lost the pole sitter. Filafero retakes the lead. The team driver attack is down to 1. Also an issue for Jaroslav Trukan, the Filipino Zachary David off screen. Filafero is the race leader. McIntyre is now in second place. De Decker is out. Powell is in third place. As they come across the line to complete lap number 3. There is Alexander Tabankin ahead of his countryman Maximilian Popov. The Russians 4 and 5. Then a gap back to Olivieri. James Agozzi, the Dane, Dinesen, as Filafero leads the charge down into turn number 2. There are lapped karts ahead. The blue flag will be out for an incident off screen as Powell tries to move up a spot. Maximilian Popov still in position number 4. The Jamaican goes P2. It's all happening here at Sarno. The WSK Euro Series comes to life at Circuito Internazionale Napoli. Filafero has fallen back to 5th place. He was leading at the start of this lap. Half race distance at the end of this tour, and the order changes almost every corner. William McIntyre from England is the race leader. It's the energy card of the Jamaican. Alex Powell to Benken, the Russian, for the Danilo Rossi racing team. In third place, and it's pop-off. Filofero just losing touch ever so slightly. We have to wait for the next Tony Kart. That's the American from Florida, USA, James Agozzi, who is in sixth place and heading the likes of Dinesen, Eichmann, Skulinoff, Olivieri, Rashid Al-Dahedi from way back on the grid. The Emirati up into 11th. The first four pull away. Filofero rejoins the battle. He's refound some momentum, and the Italian goes past the Russian half race distance. The 60cc mini final, the WSK Euro Series here in southern Italy. McIntyre looks left, he looks right. The Jamaican in the energy cart is still right behind the Englishman. Popov from the Black Sea resort city of Sochi in southern Russia moves up a spot. 5, we're down to 4. Losing a ton of time, the Italian. Filofero goes off-road in the Tony Kart. As the best Russian is now Tebeken in the DR kart. Shadows the energy card of Powell. First is McIntyre, 1, 2, 3, they'll scatter down into the second corner. Tebeken, the IndyCar style high line, but he simply runs out of road. There's Filofero, an enormous job for the Italian to try and recatch the leaders, but he's still got 3 laps, and the way they're fighting, they're losing time to the remaining 30 drivers in the field. There's Filofero. We wait, we go back to Dinesen. Eichmann's up to 8th. Skulinoff, Olivieri, Rashid, still in position 11 from Scognamiglio. You get the feeling that the Jamaican, Alex Powell, is just sitting and waiting. He has not attacked. Indeed, he's probably trying to work with McIntyre to try and pull away. The Russian does not care. Tebeken in P3 will try and go down the inside. No, just shadows the Jamaican. Here comes the Russians. 3rd and 4th, Tebeken and Popov. 2 laps remaining, Filofero. Absolutely furious, driving as hard as he possibly can, as Joel Bergstrom sets the fastest lap of 67.002, but he's back in 11th place. The high line, still Powell sits there. Still Tebeken, can't find a way past. His countryman Popov over the back of Alexander Tebeken's DR kart. 2 laps from the checkered flag. Popov getting impatient now. Trying to go up the inside. Can he do it? Runs out of bitumen. It was either kiss the ripple strip or back out of it. Maximilian chose the latter as McIntyre drives as hard as he possibly can down into the Bridgestone hairpin for the second last time. The order at the top left of your screen. It's the Union Jack of William McIntyre from Woburn Sands. Outside Milton Keynes, just a stone's throw from the Red Bull Formula One racing team. That's where William McIntyre resides, and currently he holds position number 1 with 1 lap remaining. Here comes the attack. 107 k's an hour. Will he defend? Watch Powell glued to the bumper. There is no space. Popov tries the high line. Still cannot get by his countryman. Breathtaking, nail-biting stuff here at Sarno. Surely the move will come from Alex Powell. Popov will not settle for a place off the podium either. He looks behind once, twice. Alex is still there. Down into the Penta Fuels corner for the final time. This is the last lap of the 60cc mini final, the WSK Euro Series. Tebeken still holds off. Can McIntyre do it? Powell is now 2 kart lengths back into the final few corners. Tebeken goes defensive. That's the end of his race. Side by side with his countryman. Off-road goes the Russian. The driver from England, William McIntyre, beats the Jamaican to win the opening round of the WSK Euro Series. Will Mac takes the win from Powell, and incredibly, Andrea Filofero has finished on the podium. Popov, as you can see, does not take the checkered flag. He is out. His countryman Tibecan is fourth, and the American James Agozzi, position number 5. What a race as we take a look at the highlights. Douwe de Decker from pole position. It was looking good for the Belgian all weekend, but he was one of 4 non-finishers at the end of the race. He did lead off the start. Filofero, great race for the young Italian. Was up into third, briefly into second place. Lost touch when he was forced off the circuit, but fought back to take a well-earned podium. In fact, he did lead early on, as you can see. The end of Douwe de Decker's race, right there and then. The attack never did come from Powell. He just simply could not get close enough, and at the same time defend from Tibecan. Powell went off, Popov I should say, went off-road, rejoined. The Russians third and fourth. The final few corners, again they tried rallycross. Tibecan in the grass, would finish fourth. Wilmack takes his first victory in the WSK Euro Series. The Jamaican Powell P2 and Andrea Filofero third here this afternoon. What a superb race. The Union Jacket will be God Save the Queen on the podium. McIntyre from the Jamaican and the Italian. Andrea Filofero finishes 1 place behind Alex. Well deserved for Filofero for Newman Motorsport. Tibecan, Agozzi and Rashid Al-Dahedi. While that was going on, the top Emirati, Rashid P6, his countryman Chiano Alazzari, finishing in 15th place in a sensational race. The first round of the WSK Euro Series. William McIntyre, you will not be able to wipe the smile off his face. He will stand on the top step of the podium. In a few moments' time, the podium presentations here at Sarno. The WSK Euro Series, McIntyre, Powell, Filofero, England, Jamaica, and Italy here at Sarno. The podium presentation, stay with us on WSK.it. 60cc Mini, the first of our 4 finals this afternoon, and the podium in just a moment. A superb final here this afternoon, the 60C Mini race, just spectacular, and we're ready to get underway with the podium presentation here this afternoon. In third place for Newman Motorsport, the Italian, Andrea Filofero. Second place, the Jamaican for Team Energy Kart, Alex Powell. The driver from England has done it. He stands on the top of the podium. The winner of the first round of the Euro Series, William McIntyre. The third place trophy to Andrea Filofero of Italy. The second place trophy to Alex Powell of Jamaica. The first round of the WSK Euro Series goes to the Englishman, William McIntyre. The national anthem of Great Britain. The podium for the first round of the WSK Euro Series. Third place, Andrea Filofero. Second place, the Jamaican second, Alex Bell. And a huge congratulations. It's the Englishman, William McIntyre. Stay with us on WSK.it. The junior race, it will be just as spectacular of what you just seen here from Sarno, the WSK Euro Series Round 1 for 2019.